Hey guys, today we are talking about the foundations of America and how this nation is not Christian. Many Christians believe that America was founded on Christian values, while secularists claim it was founded on rationality and secular principles. But both these statements are incorrect. It would be more accurate to say that America was founded on theist and deist ideas and beliefs. However, when we dive deeper into America's origins, you'll find connections to paganism and even Satanism. Before we start, let me define some key terms and explain a few things so we're all on the same page. A deist is someone who believes in a supreme being or creator of the universe but denies any divine intervention or influence. Instead, deists believe that the universe operates according to natural laws and relies on reason rather than religious dogma. A theist is a person who believes in the existence of God or gods, especially a creator who actively intervenes in the universe. Freemasonry is a fraternal order known as the Free and Accepted Masons. It is the largest worldwide secret society and oath-bound organization devoted to fellowship, moral discipline, and mutual assistance. Freemasonry conceals at least some of its rituals, customs, or activities from the public. To become a Freemason, an applicant must be an adult male who believes in the existence of a supreme being and the immortality of the soul. I can go more in detail, but for our purposes, all you need to know is it's not a Christian organization, but a pagan one, and is founded on satanic roots. Let's begin with the philosophies that influenced the Revolutionary War and the foundation of the US government. Two major philosophers who shaped early America were John Locke and Montesquieu. John Locke was a member of the Anglican Church but was a Unitarian, denying Jesus as God. He was persecuted by the Catholic Church and saw that other Christian denominations did the same when they gained political power. He was a part of a group that supported religious tolerance, which included not only Christians, but Jews and Muslims. His writings and philosophy were used to justify the American Revolution. Now, Montesquieu was a deist who believed that religion should be restricted to culture rather than government, and that all religions were valid depending on the culture that embraced them. His writings on government structure and operation played a significant role in shaping the US government. While both Locke and Montesquieu had ideas that aligned with certain Christian values, they were also influenced by other belief systems. Now let's explain the founding fathers. Were they Christian? Most American Christians would say yes, but that would be incorrect. While some were, the majority were not. Let's take a look at the beliefs of the 10 most commonly cited influential founding fathers. John Adams was a Unitarian Universalist with deist views. Samuel Adams was a Freemason who claimed to be a Puritan. Benjamin Franklin was a deist and a Freemason. Alexander Hamilton was a Jew and a Freemason, though some dispute his connections to Freemasonry. Patrick Henry was a Christian Anglican. Thomas Jefferson was a deist who boldly rewrote the Bible. He omitted Jesus' resurrection in his Bible. His Bible was called the Jefferson Bible. James Madison was a Unitarian who opposed prayer in government meetings. John Marshall was a Grand Master Mason. George Mason was a Freemason who claimed to be Protestant. George Washington was a deist and a Master Mason. From this list, the only clear Christian appears to be Patrick Henry. The rest rejected key Christian doctrines, including the divinity of Jesus, just as Muslims, Jews, and other non-believers do. Many of them, particularly Freemasons, held views that were opposed to Christianity. By now, it should be clear that America was not founded on Christian values. This is reinforced by John Adams' Treaty of Tripoli, Article 11 in 1797, which explicitly states, as the government of the United States of America is not in any sense founded on the Christian religion. Now let's go a little bit deeper. Did you know that the United States has a goddess, just like the pagan nations do? In the 17th century, a figure named Lady Columbia began to be worshipped in the colonies. She was depicted in art, poetry, as a symbol of justice, peace, and victory. The founding fathers used her as propaganda to support the Revolutionary War, even portraying her as slaying Britannia, which is the British national goddess. The first official United States national anthem was called Hail Columbia. Later, Columbia was replaced by Lady Libertas, the Roman god of liberty, whom we now call Lady Liberty. The Statue of Liberty was designed and gifted to America by Freemasons. Some argue that Columbia and Libertas are the same goddess. If that wasn't concerning enough, consider this. America's capital, Washington, D.C., is named after Lady Columbia, the District of Columbia. But that's not all. The layout of Washington, D.C., and the placement of its government buildings were designed using sacred geometry, creating a massive occult symbol. The man responsible for this design was Pierre L. Infant, whom George Washington personally appointed for the job. The idea that America was founded as a Christian nation is simply not accurate. While Christian values may have influenced some aspects of early America, the nation was primarily shaped by theist, and Masonic beliefs, with undeniable ties to pagan and occult symbols. The presence of these influences tells us a different story from what is often taught in churches. Because the United States was dedicated to pagan gods, its government is inherently demonic and ruled by demonic forces. Remember, the Bible says that Satan is the god of this world. 2 Corinthians 4:4, meaning that the world follows and exalts Satan, placing his influence in seats of power. The sooner the Christians realize that America was never a Christian nation, the sooner we can shift our focus away from the impossible task of restoring Christian government and instead focus on building God's kingdom, saving as many souls as possible before the end. I'm barely skimming the surface here, so I encourage y'all to do your own research. I'll link some of the sites where I got my information from and take a look at those if you wish. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll do my best to respond.